time to switch to football now on the SportsMax zone. The Jamaica Premier League served up two mouth-watering clashes on Monday to close match week 16 of the competition. First up, JPL's El Clasico, Arnett Gardens versus Waterhouse. Let's see how it unfolded.
As we take a look at the full-time highlights here, and it really was a good game. First half, there were quite a few chances here as Johnson was through, couldn't get the finish right, but there was an opportunity there as Reed flicked that one through, and Johnson, he would probably want to do over after that. And Johnson again in battle, finding Reed. Reed's effort. Kemar Foster moving across to his left to make the save, and he had to make the save. Although there was some indication that the shot was going wide. There's Livery inside, and the initial save from Hutchinson was a really good one, and then the second attempt to just get it back and stick a left hand out, and then the very next play, an opportunity for Arnett Gardens, and that was sent skywards in the end. Then out of Thomas with the ball inside and on the volley. Skying that one, was leaning back, couldn't really control the flight. This is Deacon's effort. Another fabulous save from Kemar Foster to his right. Deacon striking that one really hard. And then this effort from Guthrie. Again, Foster making the smart save. But he could do little with this. Kelson sending this one across the area. And Reed unmarked. How was he left unmarked inside the 6-yard box? We'll never know. But he did make no mistake. His 4th goal against Waterhouse in his career. His 8th goal in this Jamaica Premier League season. Kelson setting it up for him. And that was the only goal in the game, but this was magic from Tamari Deacon. The initial touch, at any rate, he wanted to apply the finish so badly. Purcell with the give and go. He was dictating the middle of the park, managing to get the shot off. No issues on that occasion for Kemar Foster.
Well, a huge win for Arnett in this one. They just keep on rolling. Can they roll all the way to the title, Lance?
I think so. On current form, they are pretty hot. I think they're on a 4-game winning streak at the moment, the best winning streak in the JPL. And Fabian Reed is finding his shooting boots back. You know, he's getting on in age now, early 30s, not as sprightly as he was 5 or 6 seasons ago. He was leading scorer in the Jamaica Premier League with 16 goals back in 2017, 2018. But he's getting fitter, and whenever Parker Blacks, they call him, Fabian Reed, is unsung, Arnett becomes a very dangerous team. And the players around him are playing well also. So I think Arnett, based on current form, have to be very, very strong title contenders.
Yeah, Ricardo?
Yeah, definitely looking good, Arnett Gardens. But as we know, with the Jamaica Premier League, it's about peaking at the right time. We saw Harbour View do it last season. Top 6 get into the playoffs, and at this stage, I think that will be the focus. Once you get there, it's about delivering in those big matches. So yes, extremely happy to see the way that Arnett is playing right now. 5 wins in a row for the Arnett Gardens team. But again, it will come down to what they do in the playoffs. That's the critical thing. You have to peak at the right time. You have to get it right when those big matches come around.
Yeah, you speak about peaking at the right time. What we've seen from this Arnett team, and of course the run of form that they are in right now, Lance, do you see them having the personnel and of course being able to keep up with this momentum that they've gotten at this particular time?
Yeah, I would think so, because they have a good blend of youth and experience in their roster. In fact, there is more youth, if you look at the roster, than veterans in the current Arnett Gardens setup. And they play with a lot of energy, and they have a pretty strong bench as well. So I would have to think that there's no reason why Arnett can't sustain this kind of form into the playoffs, because Ricardo made a good point. It doesn't matter what you do in the regular season. If when the playoffs start, you can't kindle the kind of form that got you in the playoffs in the first place, you're in trouble. So I think Arnett has the tools to flourish in the playoffs as we have seen them in the regular season. And I think their roster is a good one.
Yeah, and they're second in the JPL table, 2 points behind Mount Pleasant that was flying high for some time. Do we see them finishing as table toppers?
Well, it's possible. It's possible. The good thing for them at this stage is that they continue to pull off some really good wins. They've had some close matches in recent weeks and they find a way to win them. And that's what they have to continue to do. Reminds me of another team somewhere over in the English Premier League that just won a title, but we're not really talking about that. We're talking about Arnett.
They didn't win the EPL, though. I just want to make that clear.
I said a title.
Yeah, I know, but I just wanted to clear that one up for the viewers, just in case they got a little mixed up. Anything else about the Arnett team or Waterhouse, maybe?
That's fine. There is another game.
All right. Well, right before that game, we had a repeat of last year's final. Harbour View versus Dunbeholden. We have the highlights.
As we take a look at the full-time highlights here, and Dunbeholden, they had a couple of chances as well. So to Harbour View in the early stages of this one. Tamar Lewis heading that one over the bar. And then this one blasted wide from Stephen Barnett. Then this one lofted inside and God Stewart couldn't quite get over it. Bennett, with a lapse of concentration here, gave a gift to Barnett, who dragged the shot wide in the end. And then this ball played inside was a lovely ball from Bowers, you know. Romain Bowers, and it just evaded Peter McGregor. And Staple played that one inside, and it was a wonderful save, you know, from Hyatt, denying Roger Smith. Couldn't believe his luck. And then McGregor to Barnett, and then Gow's effort. Bennett had to get a hand out there. And then the goal for Harbour View. Good work by Krista J. Daly. Came across to Shamari Dyer, who opened his account this season in the 53rd minute of this match. Wonderful stuff from Daly. Had to come off, was favouring his ankle by the time he was substituted, Daly. But good ball inside. Then the touch came off Wellington, then to Dyer. And that's a celebration. And then Daly with the back heel. And some wonderful work from Roger Smith. Couldn't pull that one across. And then the opportunity here for the Stars of the East, wonderfully converted by Colorado Murray in the 68th minute. Ball came from his fellow substitute, Nicholas Hamilton, who provided excellent service inside the area. And Colorado Murray making no mistake, his third this season. Dunbeholden tried their best to get back into this one, but this was a magnificent save by Anthony Bennett, denying Rohan Brown. McGregor trying to go for the spectacular. Bennett had his eyes on it all the time. Then Dean Andre Thomas playing this one inside. Slack work by Brackenridge. McGregor was alive to the danger. And then Brown doing something silly, stamping Holden Harding in the back. And then the referee, having consulted his assistant, showed the red card. And that was the end of that.
All right, so a big win for Ludlow Bernard's men. Ricardo?
Yeah, you know what I liked about the JPL on Monday night is that we had two lively games. I think we've had some low-intensity Monday night fixtures in recent weeks, so it was really good to see both matches being really lively. And Ludlow Bernard will be very happy that his men were able to score a couple of goals, because we know that he's had issues with their finishing this season and in recent weeks. So for them to come good last night against a good Dunbeholden team, a team that themselves created a few chances that they were just unable to convert. But yeah, I thought two really good games and a couple of almost class moments as well, coming from both of the games.
Well, two really good games, two really good goals. Shamari Dyer and Colorado Murray, two top goals, and just goals to give them the confidence, get them back into winning ways.
Yeah, well, before last night, Harbour View had scored 2 goals in their 8 previous games, which is very much unlike them. And it was the first time since early December that they were scoring more than 1 goal in a game. They had beaten Falkland 6-1 back on the 4th of December. And since then, they have not scored more than 1 goal in a game until last night. So Ludlow Bernard would be very happy about that. Good to see Krista J. Daly back in the Harbour View roster. He had been in Slovenia playing for Koper. Didn't get a lot of playing time, but I guess he would have learned from the experience. And Harbour View's roster looking good with Krista J. Daly's return as they get ready to make a charge for the playoffs.
All right, let's have a quick look at the rest of the results in the table after match week 16. All right, so a 2-2 draw between Montego Bay United and Malines United. Mount Pleasant overcoming Tivoli Gardens. A win for Portmore United versus Bay United. No goals in the match between Falkland and Humber Lion. Cavalier beat Chapelton Maroons 4-1. As we said, a 2-0 win for Harbour View against Dunbeholden. And that match, they call it the El Clasico here in Jamaica. Arnett Gardens overcoming Waterhouse. Just one goal separated Arnett from Waterhouse. This is how the table stacks up now. We have Mount Pleasant at the top of the table on 35 points. Arnett Gardens, very sneaky in second position. Just 2 points separate them from Mount Pleasant, Cavalier, and then Humber Lion round out the top 4. At the bottom of the table, as you can see, fighting relegation there. Falkland and Chapelton Maroons. Chapelton Maroons on 6 points. Well, team, it's break time now on the SportsMax Zone. We're coming right back. We have a lot more sports to talk. Stay with SportsMax on YouTube and follow us on all social pages for updates, news, and entertainment.